You're running for Lieutenant Governor on the Republican ticket with John Kasich. Tell us what a Kasich-Taylor administration would look like.
First of all, we have to, get our hands on this massive budget deficit, and that's going to be, one of the first challenges that we face. We need to balance our budget. We need to be critical of how state government operates, how it functions. We need to make it more efficient. We need to reduce its size, make sure that we are providing services that we get the results we're expecting to get, that taxpayers are getting more value for their money. We have to look at those things that prevent our small businesses from being successful. We have to fix our broken workers' compensation system. We have to eliminate the regulations and red tape that prevent them from being successful. Now, obviously, public safety is an issue, and we, need to be very concerned about regulations that make sense. Restore common sense to government. What regulations make sense and which ones are overly burdensome so that our small businesses can be successful here. We have to look at how are we training today's workers for tomorrow's jobs, whether it's high school students, college students, or unemployed adults, looking for a new opportunity. We want to put a voucher in the hands of business owners and say, go work with your career centers, your technical schools, build those programs that you can employ those people. What is it you need? Let's train our people to do those jobs. We have a great population of people who are very concerned about being trained to learn tomorrow's jobs. So those are a couple of the things.
If you look back at the last 3 years now, 3.5 years, however long.
About 3.5.
3.5 years, okay. Let's say that you and John Kasich had run for governor and lieutenant governor. Can you identify one thing that you would have done differently in the last 4 years if we had the same economy, we had the same everything? Can you identify one thing that you would have done differently?
From my perspective, I can immediately go to a performance audit that was released by the auditor's office in 2006, so before I took office. It was a comprehensive look at the Medicaid system in Ohio, and that report had 109 recommendations on ways we could improve our Medicaid system in Ohio. We could make it more efficient, eliminate redundancies, and cut costs by over $400 million. We should have been paying attention to those kinds of reports and started making those kinds of decisions 3.5 years ago.
So it's not enough to know. We must know and do. We knew, we didn't do.
Correct.
Can you tell me in a few words about your Velveeta box?
My Velveeta box.
Yes.
Okay. When I was a small child growing up, for some reason I liked to listen to baseball, the Indians, Cleveland Indians, on the radio. I wasn't, I didn't really much like watching it on TV. I listened on the radio, and I kept stats and kept score.
What a surprise.
What a surprise. I'm an accountant, right? Did it choose me or did I choose it? That's, I don't know the answer to that. But I also collected baseball cards, and, a perfect place to store your baseball cards is in a Velveeta box. They fit perfectly down inside.
So that's the Velveeta box. A favorite Ohio pro sports team?
Cleveland Browns.
And what is your favorite fact about Ohio? I mean, you've been all over Ohio. You've had to learn about Ohio. What is a favorite fact about Ohio?
Oh, my goodness gracious. We have 8 presidents from Ohio, more than any other state in the country.
Well, that's certainly